You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Welcome into episode 202 of the Rusted Robot Podcast. Today is Sunday, June 17th, 2018.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
You're not quite, human, are you?
No, sir. I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
By your command.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Sean, and with me as always is
1281115821189.
also known as
Josh.
How are you doing, buddy?
Rough week.
You know, it's been a few weeks since we've had a regular podcast episode.
It has, and,
Nice to get back into the swing of things.
yeah.
Did you miss it?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah. You go into withdrawals when you don't record a regular episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, the 200th was fun.
200th was fun.
Yep.
A departure from what we're normally...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we did our first, if anybody hasn't listened to that, our first live recording drunk watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Spectacular.
Yeah.
Right after, actually, we did a bonus recording of Turtles 2.
Yeah, because I had the Turtles 1, 2, and 3 on DVD.
Right.
So
we were still having a little bit of after effects from the drinking, and so we thought, why don't we go ahead and one day we'll release this as a bonus episode.
Yeah, so when we don't feel like recording, we'll just slap that up instead.
Or something. Yeah, exactly.
Probably because we're off doing something else important.
Right.
Like family emergency or bullcrap.
Something like that, yeah. So last week I went to Sudbury Graphicon with the
I saw it.
Crimson Dawn Klingon group.
And everything go well?
Everything went well. We were there for Graphicon and for the launch of the Sudbury chapter of Klingons, the Crimson Fox.
Okay.
So that was a successful launch, and they're building their ship in Sudbury. We have ours here, and it was just nice to get away and do something out of the routine.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. A bit of a different recording. We did it on the drive home in the car, so a lot of road noise.
Yeah,
but
it happens.
It happens. So we're back to a regular scheduled routine, Josh.
We are.
Yes. So what have you been up to the last few weeks? I know that the other day you said, hey, how would you like to have a workout? And I'm like, I wouldn't. And then you said, well, I need help moving 56 sheets of drywall from my front yard to my backyard, up the stairs, into the kitchen, and down to the basement. I'm like, that sounds like a blast. Let's do that.
Yeah. So there was that. I had to get and finish up all the work in my basement, so yay.
But you provided food, and as people know, I'll do almost anything if there's a meal included.
Yep. So that's that's progressing well. Yay. Yeah, just rough week.
Yeah.
Work-wise, at work, lots of crazy crap happened.
Lots of crazy crap.
Spat of rain there, that heavy hit.
Oh, that was Wednesday. I was out delivering the mail, absolutely drenched. No part of me was dry. My voice still feels raw and sore from I don't know what, but just not good. So if I sound weird on this recording, that's why.
Yeah, I can't believe they had you out in that.
Oh yeah, they don't care. We deliver in almost every weather.
It sucks.
Here's your pulp and paper. Hopefully it's somewhat intact. But yeah, so that was that. I did release episode 53 of the Soulforge podcast this week. It was I thought it might be a controversial episode. I was talking about race and culture and diversity and how I know a lot of white people, but not so many non-white people. But when it comes down to it, I might know more than I think.
Yeah.
So
if 80% of your friends are white, that's pretty much what you should be expecting for the general population, right?
Mm-hmm, of course.
That's one of the things I find difficult to understand about diversity
in
television and movies, right? this one show I was watching, they're like, oh, there's not enough diversity on it. So I was like, okay, well, how many characters are what? And I did a breakdown. There were 3 Asian characters.
That's pretty good.
Out of, 20 characters on the show. 20 reoccurring characters.
Okay.
Do you know how many Asians there should have been?
How many?
A third of an Asian.
Really?
Yeah.
If we're going to
go by
population density here in Canada? Or where?
Yeah. Where it was shot and when.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, it's a period piece. So, you're not going to get many Asians back at that time.
Okay, of course.
So it's like, well, you're overrepresented. So should we take some Asians out of the show to make it culturally representative? Well, people would scream about that.
Of course, because we're living in a very politically correct time in society, and it is important to have a lot of diversity, even if it's not reflecting of the society we actually live in.
Yeah, so that's the big thing. How much diversity do you think is needed? If the general population breakdown were to go appear in shows, a lot of people would be upset.
Well, of course.
Because, you'd rarely see some people.
Right.
And other people you'd see all the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Whitey is everywhere.
There are a lot of white people here.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. So, I just thought it was important to bring up. It wasn't actually as controversial of an episode as I expected. I did my best to be PC and whatever, just not to sound like an idiot. But I did get a fantastic email from our longtime listener, Richard from Australia.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so because he listens to both shows.
All right.
And he sent me a great big long email that I woke up to the morning after the episode aired. And I was like, wow, that is a well thought out response. This is exactly the kind of feedback that I've been looking for. So I just wanted to take the time on this podcast to thank Richard, because he's awesome.
Okay, well, thank you, Richard, for sending an email to the other podcast. You don't have to do that anymore. You can just send them to this podcast. But, if you want to send them to the other podcast, you can.
Because it's appreciated no matter what.
Yeah.
TheRustedRobot@gmail.com.
You don't have a separate one?
For the Soulforge Podcast at gmail.com.
Okay, so you guys can delete that one from your contact list? You don't need to worry about that one?
It's important, though.
No.
You gotta get a dialogue going, Josh, like we're doing here.
All right.
Hey, you know what we should do? Before we get into
take over the world?
Always.
Okay.
But before that, we are going to play a promo for another podcast on the ESO network.
You ever been curious about the real or fictional worlds?
In the beginning, there were laser kings and giant robots.
Those who created.
I'm going to feed you to this tentacle monster now. No.
Or what inspires.
And I remember being in my room with my brother, and we immediately, within 5 seconds, he decided he was a DC fan, and I decided I was a Marvel fan, and we were going through and sorting out all of the comics.
And you might enjoy Be Tygers, the only podcast show where we take life by the tail. Now available on Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes, and of course your favorite podcasting network. This is Be Tygers.
And that was a great podcast promo, and I hope you guys check it out.
All right, so cool.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Right, so there is some news in the world of Star Trek Discovery.
Black alert. Black alert.
Okay.
It's your favorite show.
Yep.
I know it. So I'm just going to read the article because it's got a lot of information. It just came out the other day. Sources say Aaron Harberts and Gretchen Berg ran into budget woes and complaints of staff mistreatment. CBS All Access Star Trek Discovery is making its second showrunner change. Out are Gretchen Berg and Aaron Harberts, who originally took over the role at the helm of the drama from Brian Fuller. Executive producer Alex Kurtzman, who has guided the franchise and a few of its feature films, will take over as showrunner on Season 2. As part of the change, Kurtzman will now also oversee the Discovery Writers' Room for Season 2. We've made some producer changes at Star Trek Discovery. The series continues under the creative vision and leadership of executive producer and co-creator Alex Kurtzman. Discovery remains on course for Season 2 in 2019 with new and continuing stories that build on its successful premiere season, producers CBS Television Studios said Thursday in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. Sources say the decision to oust Berg and Harberts was based not on the creative, but instead for leadership and operational issues. Production on Discovery's first 5 episodes of Season 2 are near completion, with Kurtzman likely taking over for Episode 6 and beyond. Berg and Harberts, who were longtime collaborators with original showrunner Fuller, will likely still be credited on the episodes they oversaw. Sources say the budget for the Season 2 premiere ballooned, with the overages expected to come out of subsequent episodes from Discovery's sophomore run. Insiders also stress that Berg and Harberts became increasingly abusive to the Discovery writing staff, with Harberts said to have leaned across the writer's room table while shouting an expletive at a member of the show's staff. Multiple writers are said to have been uncomfortable working on the series and had threatened to file a complaint with Human Resources or quit the series altogether, before informing Kurtzman of the issues surrounding Berg and Harberts. After hearing rumors of HR complaints, Harberts is said to have made imposing remarks to the staff to keep concerns with the production and internal matter. Sources tell us that Discovery is nearing what has been characterized as a planned production hiatus after Episode 5, which will allow Kurtzman time to regroup the show's writing staff. Production is not expected to be impacted by the showrunner change. In another departure for Season 2 of Star Trek, THR, or The Hollywood Reporter, has learned that executive producer Akiva Goldsman did not return to Discovery after serving as Kurtzman's right-hand man during its freshman run. This is the second showrunner change on Discovery. Former showrunner Fuller clashed with CBS over the show's concept, casting, directors, costumes, and budget on top of its original launch date. As we know, the series was originally slated to premiere in January 2017 and was delayed twice. What do we think of all this good news? Are you worried about Star Trek Discovery, Josh?
Okay, so...
Now, for any new listeners, Josh does not like Star Trek Discovery. I love Star Trek Discovery. He stopped watching, what, after Episode 5?
I watched the first 3 episodes,
Right.
gave it the standard test, gave it the first 3. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, no, watch a couple more. It really gets good.
And it did.
And I watched a couple more.
Yeah.
And then I felt physically ill. So I stopped.
You stopped, all right.
Like any sensible human, if it makes you feel ill, stop doing it.
Well, yeah, if something's making you sick, then stop.
I'm not surprised that it has terrible leadership. I am not surprised that it had budget overages. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised that people wanted to complain to Human Resources. This seems all natural to anybody working on this show and being subjected to that torment. I don't understand why they're doing... Well, planned hiatus after 5 episodes. No, it sounds fake.
It does sound fake.
Also, you know what that tells me?
Tell me.
They don't have a plan. They're making it up as they go. Because you would have written the entire thing out last year for while the last season was running.
Right, like a plan. Because you know what you're doing.
Because you should have written your first season, then shot your first season because you want the whole arc.
Yes.
Then while you're the first season shooting, you write second season.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. No, because they're not doing that because they're like, oh well, we have a plan. This all fits together. No, it doesn't. They're making it up as they go along.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
You know what happens when shows make it up when they go along?
They don't last very long?
No. They don't, I doubt they even have a storyline written out. They don't even have an arc written out.
I'm pretty sure they have an arc.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am 90% certain this is just make it up as we go.
90% certain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's pretty certain.
That is pretty certain.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait till 2019. Are you going to give Season 2 a go? Or are you pretty much done with the series?
Unless somebody comes to me who isn't you and says, no, Josh, you have to give it another chance, and here's why. And they can compellingly and articulate to me why. Then I'll consider maybe thinking about giving it another try.
And why don't you take my opinion on this matter?
Because you've been saying it's fantastic the entire time. And I watched it up to episode 5, and you said, oh no, it gets real good in episode 4 and 5. And it didn't.
I wish I could remember what those episodes were.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It just made me ill, so I didn't pay attention that much to it.
Okay.
Now, Orville's coming back soon.
Yes, that's exciting.
Also, back to Star Trek for a moment.
Yeah.
2019?
That's what it said.
Yeah. Giant gap in the middle. And they're only writing episode 5 now?
I think they're all written. They were just filming.
No, because it'll allow him to go back to the writer's room.
Yeah.
Which means they're making it up as they go along.
Well, from what I understand from season 1, what they did was they had an overall story arc, and then they assigned specific writers to do the chapters. So maybe it's the same thing? I don't know. I don't know how it works in a Hollywood writer's room. I haven't actually worked in a Hollywood writer's room.
Yeah, to me it seemed they don't have a plan.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
They're going back and they're making changes now. And he's like, oh, well, let's allow me to get into the writer's room after episode 5.
So are you telling me it's kind of like Battlestar Galactica, where they said the Cylons had a plan, but they didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dartboard with who's a Cylon this week.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just have to wait and see. Apparently they're also making changes to the series After Trek, which was the companion series where the guys from the show talked about that particular episode. And there was rumors that that was going to be cancelled, but apparently it's just going under redevelopment or retooling.
I don't get this after show crap.
It's like Talking Dead from the
I understand what it is.
Right, yes.
I conceptually understand it. I don't understand why people watch it.
To clarify thoughts and ideas, perhaps? Or maybe just more publicity for the show? I don't know.
Here's the thing. So you should either be talking to your friends after watching the show, because you all watched it together.
Yes.
Or you talk about it the next day at work. And you internalize the show and you watch it and you think about it. Having somebody tell you what you should have thought of the show, saying, oh, this is the cool part, right? Right? That's just trying to correct their mistakes afterwards.
Okay, I can see your point. Now, speaking of Talking Dead, have you heard the news about podcast guru Chris Hardwick?
No, what's the latest news on Chris Hardwick?
Oh, well, Nerdist Industries, which he created, have actually taken all references to him off their website because he has been accused of his longtime girlfriend of inappropriate behavior and such.
His longtime girlfriend?
Yeah, apparently he's 20 years older than her, and she wrote some kind of an article about it. I guess it's ex-girlfriend now.
Yeah, it'd be an ex because he's married.
But, well, he's married.
Yeah?
I don't know.
He's married to, what's her name? She's one of the Hershey's.
One of the Hershey's?
Yeah, like
an heiress?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But-
they've been broken up for a couple years now.
Okay.
So this just, to me, seems like, oh, let's throw him under the bus.
Well, yeah, because he's in deep hot water. He's still doing his podcast, but everything else he's been taken off of the website information and all that stuff. So more sexual misconduct in Hollywood drama.
Okay, so this is not a work relationship issue, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
So he's not being accused of doing anything inappropriate at work.
No, as far as I know.
So this has nothing to do with his working.
No, just his ex-girlfriend is upset.
So yeah, so this is family drama.
Right.
This is relationship drama. Mm-hmm. This has no business in the news.
I suppose.
Like, only an idiot would sit there and talk about his ex-relationships.
Yeah, I see what you did. very
all that does is cause trouble with exes.
Right, very, very clever callback to Soul Forge episode 39 or 40 or whatever. Very good. I like that. That's pretty clever. How about this Stan Lee business?
What are they doing to Stan now?
Well, apparently the cops are investigating again for elder abuse, and he put a restraining order against his longtime friend and manager, Kia Morgan, who was the guy who shot the other video that we referenced from a few weeks ago. So I don't know what's happening with Stan Lee, but he's not having a good time lately.
Stan, take Kevin up on his offer. Go stay at his house. I know you listen.
Of course, Stan Lee is our number one supporter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go stay with Kevin.
It's bad. It's not good. The guy's 95. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just more drama for Stan. Hey, you know what now it is time for? It's a good time to play a promo for the podcast Lexitecture, which is not on the ESO network, but we've been trading promos back and forth. So here it goes.
Hi there. Did you know that nice used to mean stupid? Or that heckling used to be an important trade in Scottish port cities? Or that the connection between a fallen tree and important pieces of narrative exposition in Star Trek can be found on the open ocean way back in the Age of Sail? If you like language and learning nerdy bits of trivia behind everyday words, come along and join us at Lexitecture, a brand new podcast all about word origins and histories. Find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching Lexitecture, Lexitecture, on our website at lexitecture.com and anywhere you get your podcasts.
And wasn't that cool? Don't you want to listen to that podcast?
It sounds like it's going to be an interesting podcast, and I'll slap it onto my list of like 45 podcasts I'm currently listening to.
There's always room for one more.
Yep, there's always room.
It's true.
One of them I think I'm going to drop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I dropped one from my list actually this week too.
So, yeah, I got room. I think it's odd that we're getting so many commercial breaks in our show now.
It is a little bit different, but that's what happens when you join a network and you want to help promote fellow podcasters.
Yeah, it's true. It's
important to get the community going.
You know what I miss? Like, when they used to just, in TV, now you got commercial breaks, right? It stops a commercial break and you're like, ugh, commercial.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Worst is when they have like a deliberate pause.
Presenting a world of exceptional quality and beauty in the rusted robot tradition, drawing on over 4 decades of iconic design, each one-of-a-kind episode meticulously crafted from the finest materials to perform best in class, from impeccable coverage to long-lasting brilliance.
A deliberate pause in the show.
Are you getting a phone call?
No, I'm getting a dead battery warning. Just going to turn that off.
I like that. I think I'm going to keep that in because that's a nice funky sound. I approve. So yeah, lots of commercial breaks.
So, but I liked when they used to work them in the old 1930s and 1940s and 50s TV, where they just work the commercial. Like the characters would stop and just turn and work in a commercial,
make it part of a show.
Because like they'd pick some random product or company like Jump City Comics, and they just casually work in that it's at 38 Pine Street North, Timmins, Ontario, Canada. It's your place for comic book needs.
I was actually there yesterday or the day before to pick up my RoboCop and Old Man Logan comics.
See? And in old shows, I like the way they just work that in and just turn back to the show.
That was a very clever framing device that they had.
Yeah.
I approve. Yeah. So if I went to Jump City, I would probably see your wife working there.
You would.
And that's why she's not on this week's episode.
That is true.
Ah, very cool. I see how that works.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, should we talk about some movie trailers?
We can. We took a look at a lot.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll play all the trailers in the actual episode, but we can talk about the shows.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's go with Bumblebee, because that's a big one.
Let me tell you something. A driver don't pick the car. Car pick the driver. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. It's a mystical bond between man and machine.
Who are you? Do you speak? I won't hurt you. What's your name? You got people out there who need you. This is why you're here, Bee.
know, beat music can help you say what you're feeling. Try this.
Okay, so that's an interesting trailer. Looks like an origin story.
I think it's a soft reboot.
It might be.
Because, like, first of all, do you see him the way he looks in it?
He looks smaller.
He doesn't look like shattered glass anymore.
No, true. And he's not the Camaro, he's the actual Volkswagen.
Yeah. So, that's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the style, whatever. But I think they're going for a soft reboot. Just to...
Let's refresh the universe.
Yeah. Because, like, we saw Starscream in there.
Did we? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
The FA-18 Hornet?
Yeah. Starscream.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. We saw Starscream. And he was classic Starscream.
True. So, does it look like it's taking place in the 80s? I think that's what it's supposed to be, right?
It implies that, but it never definitively says that.
Right. That's... Yeah. Okay. That's why.
Okay. So, like, it implies it, though.
Mm-hmm. Because I think I remember reading about that. That was a long time ago when they mentioned it, so it's hard to know for sure.
If it is a soft reboot,
mm-hmm.
I'll give it a try.
Is it more kid-friendly, do you think?
I think so.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
I checked out on the Transformers after number 2.
Yeah, they get progressively worse.
Yeah, and if this is a soft reboot, and they're looking for, like, oh, should we reboot it off this? I'll give them the money to say, yeah, go in a different direction.
Yeah, depends on how it does.
Yeah, so I think this is a check it out on a matinee.
Because they don't even use the name Transformers in the trailer.
Nope.
Or in the title either. It's just Bumblebee.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good idea, actually.
All right. And then we checked out the First Man.
First Man, yeah, the story of Neil Armstrong going to the moon.
Yep.
And all the drama that led up to that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Be an adventure.
First man to walk on the moon. That'd be something.
We've chosen a job so difficult, requiring so many technological developments. We're gonna have to start from scratch. Only after we master these tasks do we consider trying to land on the moon.
Neil, if this flight is successful, you'll go down in history. What kind of thoughts do you have about that?
We're planning on the flight being successful.
Damn, that is a big mother. It'll go up like a half-kiloton A-bomb if it blows.
The vehicle's not safe.
We need to fail down here so we don't fail up there.
This isn't just another trip, Neil. You're not just going to work.
Do you think you're coming back?
There are risks, but we have every intention of coming back.
Somebody got a Swiss Army knife? A Swiss Army knife? You kidding me? Here we go.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Do you question whether the program's worth the cost in money in and lives?
You're down here and you look up and you don't think about it too much, but space exploration changes your perception. And it allows us to see things that we should have seen a long time ago.
We have serious problems.
We've got this under control.
You're a bunch of boys. You don't have anything under control.
I sat my son down last year, and we did a whole talk about the moon landing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How did that go? Did you like that?
Yeah. I told him the whole history of it, sat down, we watched clips and videos. So I think this is going into my space history movie collection.
Yeah, like Apollo 13
Yep.
and The Right Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And other things that I can't think of right now.
There's like 5 or 6 movies in that collection, yeah.
Like you have them on DVD or something here, or you just have them in your brain?
Well, no, I had them on VHS, actually.
Ooh, VHS.
Yeah.
Do you still have a VCR?
I do not.
Oh.
But I had to get them all back in Blu-ray. But
Yes. Or 4K Ultra.
You know.
You're not going to upgrade to that? I'm not. I don't care.
Look, they're still making DVDs for a reason. Because a DVD is enough quality for most people.
Well, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with my DVD for now, or Blu-ray if I have to. Because, sometimes you can't get a DVD with it.
Well,
that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Then again, at this point, most disc players can backplay. So long as they maintain that feature.
So, yeah, just need to upgrade your collection there, Josh.
Yeah.
And we can have a space history movie marathon.
Yeah, okay.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy, I guess. Right?
Yeah. They are not sit down and watch back-to-back movies.
No.
They are sit down and watch one at a time every so often, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because, there's a lot of quiet moments in those movies where it's just a long, extended, quiet scene with not much going on.
This is true.
And if you're doing a marathon, that's like moments where it's just quiet enough that you're just gonna just pass right out.
True. Okay, so that's fair.
But this is a theater go.
Yeah, first man.
Oh yeah, this is a theater go.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
For 3 major reasons. 1, it looks like it's going to be a good biopic. 2, it's first man on the moon.
What's not cool about that?
Yeah, and 3, show people that there's interest in the space program.
Right, support these kinds of films.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Oh yes, that was fantastic.
That was great, yeah.
Yeah, but that one's not in my collection.
Right.
Because I got to upgrade everything, but that is going in the collection.
Yes.
Yeah. Hidden Figures is fantastic.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I wanted to watch it, but then I sat down and actually did it, and I was like, this is really friggin' good.
Well, the way they framed it made me think it wasn't going to be what it was.
It's all about the marketing.
Yeah.
You have to do it properly.
They didn't frame it as these girls triumphing over, these women triumphing adversity, right? And just flourishing. The commercials that I saw made it seem like, this is all about their relationship and how they stick together. And it's like, no.
You didn't feel like watching a family-type drama?
No, I wanted to see how they flourished in the workspace.
Yeah.
Like how she actually worked and did things and achieved things on her own, rather than talking about the family. Because there was the scene in the church picnic, right? Most commercials, a third of the commercial was taken from that scene.
Right. Yes.
It's
right.
That's a tiny scene in the show.
Yeah. So they just didn't advertise it properly.
No, they didn't. They advertised it to appeal to, I think, what they thought women would want to see. And that's a problem, because advertisers are terrible at picking what they think people would want to see.
They are horrendous. Just advertise the movie as it is, and you'll get your audience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
Of course, we're now talking about commercials from a movie from several years back.
Well, that's true.
Anyways.
But it relates.
Same guys are making commercials these days.
Well, yeah. True enough.
That, or they give away the entire movie in the trailer.
Yeah, you have to almost stay away from trailers sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, next one, we had Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Miles! Yeah? Gotta go!
If you want me to drive you, we gotta go now.
No, Dad, I'll walk.
Personal chauffeur going once.
It's okay.
Seriously, Dad, walking would have been fine.
Breaking news, Spider-Man saves the day again.
Spider-Man. This guy swings in once a day, zip, zap, zop, and answers the phone. Accountability.
Speed up. I know these kids.
Yo, Miles, man, you get arrested?
Gosh, don't cops run red lights?
Well, yes, some do. But, not your dad.
In your universe, there's only one Spider-Man. But there is another universe. It looks and sounds like yours, but it's not. My name's Miles Morales.
Hey, kid. You're like me. How?
I knew my day would come around this time.
I know it's complicated.
Just had to get my soul and free my mind.
Want to know what happened to you? I can teach you to be Spider-Man. I love this burger. So delicious. One of the best burgers I've ever had. You have money, right? I'm not very liquid right now.
I think you're gonna be a bad teacher. How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person. One thing I know for sure, don't do it like me. Do it like you.
Brooklyn! Stop us now. Hey, I'm all in, I'm all in. I ain't worried about a loss or a new friend. Never worried about a fraud or a new bitch. Lost love, I ain't worried about a process.
I see this spark in you. It's amazing. Hands up! Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great. I love you, Miles.
Yeah, I know that.
You gotta say I love you back.
Dad, are you serious?
I want to hear it.
You want to hear me say it?
I love you, Dad.
You're dropping me off out of school?
I love you, Dad.
Look at this place.
Dad, I love you.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
Time to swing, just like I taught you.
When did you teach me that?
I didn't. It's a little joke for team building.
Hey, guys.
Okay, who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy.
Come on.
How many more spider people are there?
Save it for Comic-Con.
What's Comic-Con?
Let's go!
Coming out in Christmas.
Yep.
It's a cartoon. It's a computer-generated anime kind of thing. Tells the story of an alternate universe with Miles Morales and a bunch of different spider people.
So, okay, that cannot be that universe's Spider-Man.
No, it's like our universe's Spider-Man went over to that side. So.
Yeah. Because it cannot be that universe's Spider-Man.
Because isn't that the Ultimate Universe?
Yeah, because that Spider-Man dies and he inspires Miles.
Ah, okay.
Right? And then it definitely can't be that universe's Spider-Man, and that cannot be that universe's Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen, she got inspired. Her Uncle Ben moment was Peter dying.
Yeah, okay. So you know all the lore.
Well, I know a lot of the lore, but that's because my wife owns a comic book shop, and I better know this stuff because I sometimes have to help out the customers.
And you get quizzed every night.
Well, I don't get quizzed every night. I just have to absorb the knowledge as I stand around listening to the nerds speak.
Nerd speak.
Yes. So, yeah. So it can't be the same universe. So there has to be some trans-dimensional element to the show, unless they're just ignoring everything.
And it might be because it's just a kid's movie.
Yeah, but Sony can't do that.
Well,
they can't play that way, because they're already playing that way with Venom.
True, which comes out this October.
And that's going to make a lot of people upset if they do screw it up.
Yeah.
But if it is because it's Welcome to the Spider-Verse. That's suggesting trans-dimensional travel here.
True, yeah.
Parallel realities. That's cool. Give me parallel realities. Let me see the different Spider-Men working together. That's fine. But don't. Oh, we all got bitten by the same spider, and our origin stories just don't make sense anymore because they don't line up.
Because that inspires nerd rage.
Yeah, because both Gwen and
Miles,
thank you, both require Peter to die.
But Peter's clearly there.
And Peter needs to die in two significantly different ways. Peter dies as a teenager, just after Gwen gets her powers.
Okay.
And Peter dies as Spider-Man after being a big hero for a long time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't see how they can make them all in the same universe.
It
has to be a trans-dimensional thing.
A mashup some kind, yeah.
Might take my kid to see it.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
If
he expressed interest, I'll take him. If not, no.
Unless the weather's bad and then you don't feel like going. So.
I don't mind.
Yeah. I guess you're not that far.
Yeah, I'm 4 blocks away.
Right, so you're okay.
All right, on to the next one. We watched a bunch of crap ones.
Yeah, there was lots of different ones that weren't actually sci-fi, that sounded sci-fi.
Yeah.
But the last major one that we watched was the Lego Movie, the second part.
A lifetime has passed since the horrific events of Taco Tuesday. Our lives descended into chaos. This new life has toughened and hardened us all.
2 coffees, please. 1 black, 1 with just a touch of cream and 25 sugars.
Well, toughened most of us.
I wake up,
In the morning, wide awake.
Good morning.
For the day.
Hello, cyborgs.
Say, what a morning.
Good morning, sewer babies.
Emmett, you gotta stop pretending everything is awesome. It isn't.
Yeah, I get it. And that's why I've cultivated a totally hard-edged side that's super tough and... Look, a shooting star, make a wish.
Oh no. Something new. What is it up to?
I don't know, but that beat is pretty fresh. Uh-oh.
It's like it knows our every move.
Weird, right?
Emmett!
What?
Bring me your fiercest leader.
This guy is the special.
This guy was a fierce warrior.
Okay, well, technically, I did the warrior stuff.
So you fought and master built and kicked butt, and then the hapless male was the leader.
He, well...
Lucy!
Emmett!
Hang on to your fronts, Planny. We're going to save Lucy and all of the other people who were captured.
Behold, the sister.
No woes. Do not give her the satisfaction of woeing this. That's even worse. Stop it!
So, this looks like, well, it's going to be good. We know it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they really messed up, it's going to be good.
Kids will love it.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw the first one, Mom and Dad. Let's go to see this one.
The only thing is, I don't know how they're going to snag the populace the way they did with the first one.
Because that was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah. They need a new everything is awesome.
Yes.
Something that just...
super catchy.
That just drags people in. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like, I heard that song sung for months afterwards.
Everybody was singing it.
Yeah.
From kids to adults.
Yeah.
So...
because it just burrows in there and spreads its tendrils and doesn't leave for a long time.
It's an earworm, like a SETI Alpha 5 creature.
Yes.
They put creatures in our body, made us say and do things. That's my very bad Chekhov impression.
It's very bad because it did not sound Russian in the least.
Right,
It sounded like you were mocking somebody from somewhere else.
I wasn't trying to mock anybody. I just don't have an ear for accents, Josh.
I can see that.
Yeah, clearly. So, anyway. Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Obviously, it's going to be good.
February 2019, I believe.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
No, less than a year.
So, it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. It didn't say if Miller and Lord are returning to direct it. They were the guys that were kicked off the Solo movie, but they directed the first one, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they are.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter.
Well, if not, we can always look it up, but that would require research.
Why would we do that, Josh?
Yeah, I don't know.
We wouldn't.
No, it doesn't seem right.
This is a pop culture riffing type podcast show.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we make it up as we go along.
Yeah.
Are we going to go see Lego 2?
Yes.
Probably, right?
Yeah. The first one has engendered enough confidence in the show that I will go and watch the second one.
Yeah, and I saw that in the theater, the first one, and I think I saw the Lego Batman movie in the theater as well, actually.
I did not.
Okay. It was fun.
I did not like Lego Batman.
No. The character, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not like him as a character. Because he was I understand what he is. He's a parody of Batman.
Right.
I can't watch an entire movie about him.
Yeah, I bought the Lego movie. I did not buy the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah. So that's where we stand on that.
Yeah, because it's not something you want to watch over and over again.
No.
Although the Lego movie I've seen many times.
Oh yeah, Lego movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's there we go. We also checked out. We're not going to play it, or we're just going to mention it. Alpha, which is a happy, feel-good movie about a primitive man during the end of the last ice age befriending a hurt wolf, and thus the introduction of man's best friend.
Right. And that looks like a good heartwarming story.
It looks like a good heartwarming, feel good, bring grandma to the theater, she goes, ah, movie.
Yeah. We also watched the trailer for Bleeding Steel with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that was a bit of an older trailer. It looks like a very decent, low-budget sci-fi film.
And what was the main story of it?
So this scientist makes a genetically enhanced super soldier. Genetically enhanced super soldier goes nuts, decides somehow that he's going to make genetically enhanced super soldiers, but he needs a mechanical heart that was in this little girl who they did the surgery for some reason on a flying ship thing. Okay. And Jackie Chan is a police officer, may or may not have surgery to make him enhanced, I don't know, and then crazy crap happens.
Crazy crap.
Crazy crap. Lots of crazy crap.
Genetically enhanced soldiers for everybody.
Yeah. So it looks weird. It looks like the costuming is right in that mid-range. Like, we have enough money to make this stuff look weird.
Okay.
But we don't have enough money to go, no, we can just make it look basic and look good. They have enough money just to waste money, right?
Okay, right, yes. I actually watched The Foreigner with Jackie Chan on Netflix last night.
Oh, yeah? And?
It had Pierce Brosnan in it, using his Irish accent. It wasn't sci-fi. It was just kind of almost a revenge-type movie.
Okay.
It was fine.
Okay.
It was a nice diversion for an hour and 53 minutes.
No sudden aliens at the end?
Nothing. No aliens. Some violence, some cool karate stuff, and whatever. So that was all right. I finished season 2 of The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah. I
watched the Lego thing and learned a lot about how Lego was created and invented, and how they almost went bankrupt, and how Bionicle saved them, and all that kind of good stuff. Then I watched the Hello Kitty one. Learned all kinds of stuff about Hello Kitty.
I have not yet watched the Hello Kitty one.
Little gift, big smile. That's the motto.
Yeah.
Season 1 was still way better, but apparently they're making more. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see for when that comes out.
Yeah. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about the toys.
You do.
And about the history of it. It's fantastic. The Transformers episode was just riveting.
Yeah.
There's several times I had to pause and roll back.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yeah.
Roll out.
No, roll back, because I had to go back.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
Season 2 of Luke Cage comes out this June 22nd.
Yeah, I have to go to the store today because my Netflix is dead. I need to go get more money and put it in there.
Oh. Yes, you definitely need that, because Season 2 is next week. And the week after that, on the 29th, is Season 2 of Glow, the 1980s set Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling with my favorite podcast host, Mark Maron.
I've watched a couple episodes and I
couldn't get into it?
I couldn't get into it.
No, eh?
No. I was a casual wrestling fan when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I liked watching it, but I was not invested in the story.
Right.
I just wanted to see people beat each other up.
Well, sure.
And this show is just the story.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't care.
Oh, it's a really good story, though.
Yeah.
But if you don't care, you don't care. But I loved it. And what did I love it because Mark Maron was the main guy in the show? Maybe. Because have you listened to WTF with Mark Maron? It's a great podcast.
I've listened to a couple, but not really.
No? Okay.
He got dropped from my podcast list pretty quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Nah.
Other than us, of course.
Well, yes.
You
yes.
know, you know.
And the other one there, the Space Jam.
Right, with my brother Robin and Whit.
Yeah.
Who do the Space Jam podcast based out of Sault Ste. Marie.
Yep.
Yes. And they have also been on the Soul Forge podcast.
Yeah, if I only listened to about wrestling, I would listen to them because they talk about it occasionally.
They talk about wrestling and entertainment and stuff. Kind of like us, but not as good.
Us with sports.
Us with sports, yeah.
Because we are not sports ball people.
No, we're not. Clearly, we don't know anything about sports. But I do have a Netflix recommendation for you when you get it reactivated.
Okay.
I had it in my queue, my list there for a while. And I finally sat down and watched it last week. About Time. And I was like, okay. Because the basic storyline is that all the men in this particular family can go back in time and change something. And all they have to do is go into a dark room and close their fists and think about where they were or wanted to go. And they could go there and then come back and see how things had changed. But the thing that I love about it, it's got, I think this guy is quickly becoming my new favorite actor. Domnhall Gleason. You know who that is?
No.
He plays Commander Hux in the new Star Wars films.
Okay.
He was the main kid kind of guy in Ex Machina.
Okay.
What else? He was in a great episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah. I know the character now.
Okay. He's just that everyman kind of guy.
Okay.
But he's so good, and he's always different in everything that he does, but he's always so believable. So Domhnall Gleeson is becoming one of my favorite new actors.
Okay.
So go see About Time. It was a great show. Kind of sci-fi romantic comedy kind of thing.
Well, it's all right.
So different.
I might actually plop that into the fantasy category.
Yeah.
If they can just go into the closet and change time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess
that's not very much science there. More
fantasy. Yeah. Because time travel's the thing, but the rest of it's just like regular life kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll take a look at it, see what it's like.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I'll give it a 3.
Well, it's a movie.
Oh.
It's not a show.
Well, that's just worse.
Why is that worse?
Because now I'm either committed or I'm not.
You'll be hooked after the first 5 minutes. Give it 10.
Okay, if I start watching a movie, I generally finish the movie, even if I don't like the movie.
Oh, you torture yourself sometimes.
Yes. I will stop paying close attention to the movie, and I will start talking to other people while the movie is playing.
Fair, yeah.
And I'll be mocking the movie all the way along if I really don't like it.
Okay.
It's like there's some movies where they make bad choices.
Yeah.
Stupidly bad choices.
True.
Are we going to talk about controversy about Solo and all that jazz?
Have you seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay.
And it's not terribly impressive.
No, I give it a 7. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible.
So for you, a 7 is for me a 4.
Probably.
So that's not good.
It had some really good scenes in it. But as we know,
good scenes do not make a movie.
Right, yes. But no, it explained some things. It had some quirky moments. No real surprises, I guess. But
so it did not do well.
No, I don't think it did. I don't have the figures here, but
it did not meet expectations at all.
No, and they advertised it wrong too. So
they were on projections about 40% off.
Yeah, I think that's what I read too.
And now the question is, what do we think is the cause of this?
Well, you said in previous episodes that it's the last movie that brings the next movie down, whether it's good or not. And since The Last Jedi was so controversial, and this came out like 7 months after that one, that could be why.
Yeah, that's a good strong indicator on that one. The other one is like there's the heads of the Star Wars branch.
Yeah.
They've been smacking at fans for a while now. Depending on how you look at it, either the fans have been too extreme or the fans have just been, crazy obsessive sci-fi fans, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They've been smacking at them for a while.
Right.
Saying, well, you need to like what we're putting in. And that's not how you endear a pretty stable audience.
No, you don't.
And you can't cater to the fans on everything. Look at Marvel. Marvel doesn't cater to the fans on everything.
They do their own thing. They make their shows they want to make.
Yeah, but they don't insult the fans.
Right, exactly.
And they throw stuff in to make the fans happy.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much Star Wars.
Yeah, they just think they're a juggernaut and can do what they want.
Exactly. They're rolling out on the assumption that we're unstoppable.
If we make it, they will come.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's going to bite them in the butt for the next one.
What's the next one?
The next one's the 9th Star Wars.
It is, okay.
Main line.
That's next year sometime, I think.
Yeah, because it goes main line, side story, main line, side story, main line, side story. So I think if they keep at this, they're not going to do well on their next main line.
No, true enough.
Because, like I said, the last one was big controversy, right?
Yeah.
Lots of controversy in the last one. This one, they got a little smack like, hey, And if the news keeps playing out the way it is, will we see a full-on, like, nerd rage boycott?
Yeah, the big army of hate nerds.
Yeah.
Right, so you never know. So,
it worries me.
So Kathleen Kennedy, if you're listening...
Give up and hand it over. She's not going to be able to keep the fans happy, no matter what she does at this point. No matter what she does. She could make the next movie perfect. There's still people going to hate it. Because
you can't make everybody happy.
Well, that, and she's earned the ire of people already.
Beware the nerd ire.
And some people can't let go of a grudge.
True.
So, like, doesn't matter. Like I said, she could make the next movie perfect. They're still going to hate.
Yeah.
Because, well, now she's earned their hate.
Yeah, right, yes. So,
They let the hate flow through them.
They do. And hate leads to all that stuff that Yoda talks about.
Well, actually, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side.
Yeah, exactly. That quote right there.
Yeah,
that's
they're already at the hate point.
Right, yeah, they've already gone past where they should have. Yes. Yeah. So clearly that was wrong. All right. So, I guess that's it for this week's episode.
Oh, hold on. Don't jump ahead.
Oh, you got some more?
I do. I have a hypothetical for this week.
You do have a hypothetical this week. I forgot that we were doing that.
Yeah, I sent you a message. I even gave you the question in advance.
Yes, you did. And I did briefly think about it, and then I completely forgot.
You had 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah?
Oh, yes. I had 2 weeks.
Oh, we're not doing it anymore?
The hypothetical?
No, the 2 weeks thing.
Yeah, I just inserted it when I was editing.
Oh, okay.
Sean from the future did that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we can cut this part.
No, this is podcast gold, Josh. This is behind
No,
the curtain.
this is dregs. This is stuff we can cut out.
Possibly.
I better not hear this.
You might hear it. But anyway.
Anyways.
Oh, before we go into the hypothetical, I just wanted to thank all the pod people on Twitter for retweeting all my episodes. And I wanted to thank Mike on Twitter, also known as @Jarek, for always mentioning the podcast specifically in his weekly roundup of podcasts that he listened to. So, thanks, Jarek. You rock.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he does it every week, and he's awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. So, the hypothetical is a two-parter.
Right.
Okay. So, part 1. Which opposite gender superhero do you think you're most like? And which opposite gender superhero do you think you would most like to be? Gaining all the benefits and flaws, as well as personality aspects.
All right, so who am I most like right now, and who would I like to be like?
Yeah.
Okay. Find out next week on the Rusted Robot Podcast, episode 203. And if you would like to contribute to your podcast hosts here with the hypothetical answer, you can email us, therustedrobot@gmail.com, or tweet us on Twitter @therustedrobot.
You're seeing what he's doing there, right? I gave him the question 2 weeks ago. He's speeding through the exit as quickly as he can because he didn't spend any time thinking about it, even though I gave him 2 weeks' notice.
Clearly.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, so next week we will find out the answer. And that's a hook. That is how you draw people into your next episode, Josh.
So please send in your answers. Who are you most like, and who would you most like to be?
As the opposite sex of yourself, superhero.
Yeah. Marvel, DC, Image, I don't know.
Dark Horse, Boom, I think is one.
I think is one, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So give doesn't matter which one. I want to hear about it. All right?
Yeah, we haven't received an email for this podcast in quite a long time. I did see Sparky of Sparky and Guns at the Sudbury Graphicon. He did go as Groot, and he won the costume contest.
Sweet.
Shout out to Sparky.
Yeah, shout out, Sparky. Yeah, you should have told him just, what the hell? We haven't heard from you guys. I thought we were dead.
He was in costume. I wasn't really going to get into it.
You didn't want to stand there looking up at him?
Well, I did. Yeah. I took pictures with people.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a good time.
All right, good.
So yeah. So that's it. Unless there's anything else.
I think that's everything.
All right. So, listeners, stay tuned for the end credits on all the ways to reach us and all the things you can do. Remember to like and share. Sharing is caring. If you want to listen to our episodes on YouTube, look up my name, Sean Vanderloo. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. And you don't have to listen to it on your iPod, iPad, phone, Android device, or anything. You can just listen to it on the computer while you're doing other things.
All right.
So thanks again for stopping by. And remember,
No man is an island unto himself, for an island is a geological feature.
This has been another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. You can contact us by emailing therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweeting us at therustedrobot. Visit our website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. And, if you would, please check us out and like us on Facebook. A 5-star review on iTunes is appreciated. The Rusted Robot Podcast was written, produced, scored, edited, engineered, and directed by Sean Vanderloo. Your co-host was Josh Montney. Don't forget to visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and listen to our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
I see you sitting there with your comic books and your long brown hair, and I wish you would just care about me, 'cause I think your glasses are so cute, and I like your Spock t-shirt too, and how you worship Doctor Who, and I really wish you'd see that I'll be my Superman, my Bruce Wayne, you're Peter Parker without his Mary Jane. Let's go to the world of comic books and lose ourselves there, where you'll be my hero in the air. I don't care if we ever leave your room, should I say the Dragon Tomb, where we'll play D&D all night just to forget we have no lives. I'll watch you build your model rockets with your pens protected in your pockets, and I really wish you'd see that I'll be my Superman, my Bruce Wayne, you're Peter Parker without his Mary Jane. Let's go to the world of comic books and lose ourselves there, where you'll be my hero in the air. You got your phases set to stun, and now you see that I'm the one. Let's fly away together, 'cause now you know that you are my Superman, my Bruce Wayne, you're my Peter Parker, and I'm your Mary Jane. Let's go to the world of comic books and lose ourselves there, where you're my hero in the air. You are my Superman, my Bruce Wayne, you're my Peter Parker, and I'm your Mary Jane. Let's go to the world of comic books and lose ourselves there, where you're my hero in the air. My hero in the air. My hero in the air. My hero in the air.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.